Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fourth episode of the Growth Blueprint podcast. This is your host, Jahanvi Joshi. Today's episode is going to be talking about the importance of habits. So I would like to start this episode out by talking about this amazing book called Atomic Habits. This book is so good. Honestly, I've read it one time and I've been beginning to read it again. This is amazing, and this is kind of what the episode today is going to be based about is this book. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the system of your habits by James Clear. He's the author of this book, by the way, and this is a quote from this book. I like to think of habits as an invisible architecture for our daily lives. Think of it this way, right? In order for your building to be very sturdy, the base has to be extremely strong. And then that way the building can be really strong and sturdy, and that's how your life works. Habits are the basis of your life. Habits are what essentially make up your life, and they can provide a lot of structure for your life. Do you ever wonder why motivation fades but discipline stays? It's because of your habits. Motivation will only get you so far, but discipline will be able to get you through anything, because discipline is what habits are basically made of. And again, I'd like to talk about this. I'd like to preface this episode by saying that this book is going to be the basis of this episode. Oh my god, I love this book. I can't stress enough how much everyone needs to read this. Even if you don't really feel like you need to change your habits, you probably do. So we're going to start off by talking about the science behind your habits. There are four steps in the neurological trigger queue of every single habit. First is a cue, which is a trigger. This is what causes you to start the habit. Next is the craving stage. This is when you've done the habit once and you crave that hit of dopamine, or you desire that motivation from that habit. Third is the response, which is the physical deed or physically doing the action. And fourth is the reward. The reward is the dopamine hit you get from doing the action. And by repeating this process 4 times, by repeating this action 20 times, every single action, you can build a habit in 20 days. Small actions compound over time into habits. So as it is said, it takes 20 days to build a habit. And by continuing to do this habit or whatever habit you have over the course of 20 days, you can turn it from an action into a habit, which is why small actions compound into bigger habits, or into just habits in general. Habits are a way for your brain to free up mental space, and I'll explain that. Basically, when you are doing a habit, your brain is kind of on autopilot. So for example, when you're brushing your teeth, you don't really need to think about the mechanics of it. You just do it, and you do it right every time because it's a habit. You've been doing it for years and years, which is something that your brain has used to free up space and create space for new habits or new thoughts or whatever. Habits are a way for your brain to kind of organize everything into little sections, I guess. That's just a way to describe it, because it keeps your brain from having too much storage or too much mental space. The most powerful way you can change your habit is by focusing on who you want to become and not what you want to achieve. Basically, the preface of this quote is saying that you want to focus on becoming the person that will achieve this goal or this habit, rather than just reaching the habit or the goal or whatever you have. You want to make yourself so capable and so morally ethical, or whatever your ethics, morals, whatever you want to do, you want to achieve in life. You want to make yourself so able to do that through your habits. So here's how you can change and build habits. You want to be able to make a bad habit harder to perform. Here's an example. I used to love eating chocolate chips. I'd just eat chocolate chips straight out of the bag. And I would leave them in my main fridge in my kitchen, and I'd never tie them. I'd just leave it in the fridge. And it was so easy for me to just snack on them. When I realized that chocolate chips weren't that good for me because they were really high in sugar, they were not good for me, I figured out a way from this book. I wrapped up the chocolate and I put it in another fridge in my garage. That way it was harder for me to kind of like get the chocolate chips, if that makes sense. Humans tend to be really lazy sometimes, and I was just like, whenever I felt like eating chocolate chips and I was like, wait, it's in the other fridge, I don't really feel like getting it, and I just wouldn't eat it. And then eventually I got out of that habit of eating the chocolate chips. It's really stupid, but I feel like it works. You can also do something called habit stacking, which is incorporating a habit that you want to build into your everyday activities. For example, if you want to start going to the gym in the morning, you can lay out a cute gym outfit and lay out your energy drink or lay out your gym backpack, keep it ready on your bed or on your chair in the morning. So that way, you don't have to put a lot more effort into it. It's just there for you. Habits shape your identity whether you like it or not, so choose your identity. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, having a blueprint makes life so much